Oh dear. This cough is really getting to me now. I'm so done with coughing at this point. Like, it gets to a point in the evening as I'm about to go to sleep where it gets really bad. And then I'm coughing that hard that my chest hurts, my back starts to ache, my head starts throbbing. And then just as I'm about to drift off to sleep, I start choking and I cough again. Like, it's getting on my nerves. Today I wanted to do something a little bit different. So like yesterday we did a walkthrough / tutorial of like a potential look for Christmas Day, which actually then turned into a New Year's Eve type look. I thought it was very New Year's Eve appropriate. But I figured today I'd do it a little bit different in that it would be a bit more of a vlog, and because I've got those questions, like the self-reflection for this year to kind of set myself up for New Year, I figure it'd be more appropriate to kind of do it that way. So I'm going to go over like a potential look I have in mind for New Year's Eve, because I said that smoky palette, I really loved the idea of doing like black with that really nice bright silvery shade, and I haven't done like a halo / spotlight eye in absolutely ages, so I'm really looking forward to doing something like really smoky. I love the nude lip, but first I need to finish wrapping Jamie's presents, because that one that I thought had gone missing actually turned up. I remembered we had this like little gift box, so I'm going to pop it in there, but I'm going to wrap it in some tissue paper first, and then I've got spare tissue paper to kind of put in the box to stuff it so that it doesn't move about as much. So, hi Luna, you okay? So this is what we're looking like so far, but I want to make it look a little bit prettier. So I'm going to use the ribbon that I used on most of his other presents to wrap it up and make it look all nice. There we go. Looking pretty. So that is the last of Jamie's presents wrapped up, and he's gonna wonder what this is because it is very light. Like, he's gonna think there's nothing in it. And I did do some wrapping the other night, so these are ones that I've wrapped, and there's still all of this stuff like over here to wrap, but I've told Jamie that he's gonna have to wrap those because I just don't have the energy. I don't mind doing the ribbons in the wrapping as well. It's so tiring and it's so boring as well. Like, it's my least favorite bit. Okay, brows and eye base done, and can I just say that texture that was on this inside bit here yesterday, it's gone now because I gave my face a good scrub, and I'm so happy because I now have smooth eyelids again. To get things started, I'm just gonna go in with a bit of eyeliner just to darken it up, because if I go in with straight just black eyeshadow, it'll, when I start to blend it out, it'll kind of go a bit like muddy and grey, but I want it to be super, super black. You can see she's got like a tiny bit on the inner corner, and then it's very smoky on the outer corner. So that is what we're going to be focusing on. But for now, let's just get blending this out and get going with the eyeshadow. And these questions. The first question, what are my 3 top priorities for 2025? I think for me, most of these answers are going to be centered around content creation and building my platform, because I think that is kind of where I would like my career and my life to head. Like, that is the direction that I want to head in, because I just love it so much. Like, before COVID, I got myself into a good position with it. I don't know, things changed and my priorities changed with things. I went through quite a lot. So yeah, that's definitely one of my priorities for 2025. I'm just going to use a bit of that black just to deepen that slightly before I start blending out. And then second thing is going to be my health. So both my physical and my mental health. I think this year taught me that physically healthy is really important for my mental health. So making sure my physical health is good is going to help with my mental health overall. And maybe try like a different activity, because I got into like heels class this year and really enjoyed it, but because of the schedule and things, it meant I was going there like really late in the evening, and I am very much, when it gets to that time of night, I just want to get in my jammies and chill. I don't really want to go anywhere, which is why I prefer going to the gym like during the day or like early in the morning, just so I've got it out of the way. The evening is for me. I like to get in my little cocoon, maybe in my hoodie, and just chill and not do anything. So I'm gonna have to look for something else, and I was thinking maybe Pilates. And then third thing, I think probably focusing more on being financially stable. And these probably seem like just basic bitch things, but I've kind of lost myself. Like, we didn't really have a goal to work towards financially and stuff. We were just living our lives. Whereas now, potentially thinking more seriously about a wedding and rid of some debts that we've got, and also saving for a house. So yeah, prioritizing my physical and mental health, prioritizing my content creation as well, because that again is going to help my mental health. And 3, being a bit more savvy with money, that we can make the most of it. So for me, I guess the content creation comes into that. Like, eventually I would hope that I would start to be able to make some sort of income from this. Like, I've gotten to that point before, so I don't see why I couldn't do that again. Next one. So what is one habit that I want to create for this year? Again, sticking with the whole content vibe, I definitely want to make sure that I am being consistent with my content. And I don't know about being sort of completely cross platforms. I think I mainly want to focus on YouTube, mainly for myself, because I much more enjoy doing long form content than I do short form. Don't ask why. Maybe it's because I enjoy talking. I will still do the other stuff. You know, I do like making TikToks, so like transition videos and maybe like quick makeup run throughs and things like that, because I know different audiences prefer different things. But on YouTube, you're going to get this. Like, this is me. I just absolutely love creating content this way. And I kind of feel like there's been a little bit of a shift when it comes to content creation. I feel like YouTube is kind of making that circle back again. Like, we're heading back into that sort of OG YouTube era where people just loved watching like detailed makeup tutorials and what's in my bag and all that kind of stuff. And that is me. Like, I never grew out of that phase. I've always loved it. I do want to get back into like being more consistent with YouTube. So that's definitely one habit that I want to create this year, because again, it aligns with my other goals, so it makes sense to me. Just using that same brush that I had before as well, that had the black on it, I've just wiped it off. Okay, moment of truth. Oh, that looks really pretty. Maybe I should buy the 42 colour of this palette, because it is absolutely stunning. Okay, next question. What personal qualities do I want to develop in 2025? Ooh. This one's a tough one, because what does it mean about personal qualities? I guess, my confidence maybe, because I've spent a long time caring too much about what other people think and whether people were gonna like me, especially when it comes to like content creation. I think in the past I didn't necessarily have people in my life who were like very supportive of things. Like I would get excited about being invited to an event or getting PR in the post and stuff, and I'd obviously want to speak to people about it. Yeah, some people kind of took that the wrong way and would basically accuse me of showing off and thinking that I'm better than everybody and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, I just thought you were my friend and I could talk to you about this kind of stuff because it's kind of exciting. So yeah, that kind of threw me off a little bit. So I just kind of stopped making content because I'm like, well, if it's annoying people that much and stuff, like maybe I'm not that good at it, and maybe I should grow up and, you know, get a real job. And now I kind of feel maybe it was a thing, like I feel like as soon as I hit 30 I stopped giving as much of a shit, because I'm kind of like, now I'm not afraid to not have friends, not have like a big social circle or anything like that. I just really do not care. Now is a very different story when it comes to my content creation. I do feel like I can whip out a camera in front of people and feel okay doing it. So yeah, definitely want to work on my confidence this year for sure, or in this coming year. I've started to now, like as you can tell, that is why I wanted to do Vlogmas, and granted it's not turned out exactly the way that I hoped it would, but I feel like that's given me that boost of confidence to keep going, and picking up my makeup brushes again, that's definitely helped. What does success look like for me in 2025? Yeah, thinking about my goals, I would like to say, and you know, maybe this will help with manifesting this for myself, but I would say that success for me looks like starting to earn an income from my content creation. And I think a year, if I'm consistent and I make engaging content and I work at it and not just post a video and expect people to watch it, I think that will work. Getting my debt down. I've just taken a bit of Frost there, like the silvery one. I think that is a little bit closer to what she's got in that picture. Getting into better shape, because I say it every year and I think everyone is guilty of this, where you're like, right, new year, new me, I'm gonna go to the gym every single day and I'm gonna eat really healthy and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, and then don't do any of it. I just set myself up to fail by expecting too much from myself. But I think I just want to get in better shape than I am now. I want to be more consistent. So not necessarily being perfect with it, because I don't think that is achievable. I mean, even bodybuilders and bikini competitors take a day off every now and again. Just being in better shape, and I'll maybe document the journey, because I think that would be good for other people to see as well. Okay, next one. Again, some of these are going to be very monotonous. I do apologise, but what is one bold goal I've been hesitant to pursue? And obviously that is my content. I have been very self-critical for a while. Again, like I said, it'll be because I had people in my life previously that weren't very supportive and didn't quite understand why I wanted to do it. Whereas now, like, Jamie will watch my videos without me even saying anything. Like, I don't even really tell him that I've posted something or whatever. He will watch the video and he will like it, and sometimes he will comment and stuff like that. Like, that is really nice. even just that is completely different to what I've had in the past. Beautiful. One thing I really love with looks like this, even if you haven't managed to like stick your lash on straight, no one can see. Okay, next one again fits into question 1, but what financial goals do I want to achieve this year? So I've already gone over that. I basically want to get rid of any sort of short-term debt that I have. That would be a great help. And also I think putting money aside, so whether that ends up being used for a wedding or a house, whatever it might be, I'd just like to have that little bit of a safety net there for us to do whatever we want. Because at this point we're still not any closer to deciding on where we're having a wedding, whether we're actually going to have one anytime soon, because they're super expensive. Like, we just don't know what we want to do. But I think if we had the money there, then we'd have the option then to kind of do whatever we want with it at the time. How will I organise my time to stay productive and motivated? This one I think is a bit of a tough one, because I think that is all dependent on how I handle situations. So obviously, like with Vlogmas, this is a perfect example. I had all of these plans to do certain activities, like little festive-y things. So like we were going to have a date night, and then we were going to go to the Christmas markets with some friends. And that hasn't quite panned out the way I planned because I got ill. I feel like I've already made a bit of growth anyway with this situation, because usually what would have happened is I'd have been like, sorry guys, I'm not gonna be able to do Vlogmas because I'm really ill, and you know, whatever, I don't think I'm gonna be able to make like cute content for you guys to watch. But instead, what I did was just made new plans. So obviously these videos are a little bit different than a typical Vlogmas style video. However, I'm still enjoying making it. Hopefully you guys are still enjoying watching it, and I'm still making content. I'm holding myself accountable. So I think that's probably the answer. That's probably the answer. I just need to hold myself accountable, because I know I can do it, and I know I'm not great with change. Like when I have an idea in my head or I have a plan, if that changes, I kind of like, it's really hard for me not to spiral. And with this, like getting ill and then thinking, oh my god, what the hell am I going to do for content? Like I literally can't just mope about the house and just like record myself, because I'm not going to be doing much. But instead, I decided to just get off my ass and do something about it. Okay, so we're looking a little bit more put together. I've not done the under eye bit, and I think that is where it's going to really pull everything together. Not done my lips, and also not done highlight. I mean, I do look a little bit glowy from my bronzer. Always will use that. But we need to kind of like finish things off, and there's still a few more questions. I want to use this palette. I haven't used it for a while, but it was my favorite for a long time. What motivates me to reach my goals? I think for me, this is a fairly obvious one. Like all of my goals are directly related to things that help me improve my mental and physical health. And I think being able to make time for content creation, and I think the idea that I could build a platform with the content that I make and help make other people's day. So if I could create like a safe space or a platform that helps other people feel better about themselves, I think in this day and age is very important, and that is something that really motivates me, because I don't think there's too much of that going around nowadays. So how will I track my progress and celebrate small wins? think for me, tracking my progress with the 3 goals that I set out, that's probably a good place to start. So with my content creation, that's a fairly easy one to quantify. Like, if I can upload an average of 1 YouTube video a week, that will be enough for me. And I guess by like seeing my platform grow as well. As far as my mental and physical health, if I can get myself into a consistent routine, so not a perfect routine, we're not aiming for perfection. I think perfection is overrated. I'm all for things that are achievable, and consistency is definitely achievable over time. But if I can get myself into a good consistent routine with my fitness and bits of self-care and working on relationships, then that is definitely quantifiable. And I'll probably break that down more for myself because that's something very personal. And then in terms of my financial goal or my priority for my finances, that will be quantifiable by if I have got rid of or significantly reduced my short-term debt. Like, a big way to celebrate would obviously be, for me, our annual trip to the Dominican. But celebrating those small wins is a little bit of a weird one for me. I think I like to celebrate by treating myself to something that I've really wanted. So maybe what I could do is create like a wish list for myself, and if I hit certain goals like throughout the year, so maybe I could do it like quarterly or something, I then treat myself to said thing, because that could maybe help curb my shopping addiction. So if I've succeeded in something, like a goal that I set out to do, then I can treat myself to said thing. My other way of celebrating success is like going out. So not necessarily going out clubbing or anything like that, but just, you know, going out with friends, going out with Jamie, having some nice food, having a couple of cheeky cocktails, that kind of thing. Okay, now we need to do the lip, and I'm thinking this one, so Global Citizen on the outside, and then I'm going to fill it in with White Wedding, and we'll see where we're up to. I might have to go in with like a nudie lipstick, because that's looking a bit pink to me. So I've got this one called Nude Embrace from Maybelline, which does look a bit lighter. Let's try that. Okay, that's looking a little better, but I think I want it to be a bit lighter. So I'm going to go in with this matte bomb from Revolution called Nude Charm. It's very, very light. I think colour-wise, it's giving like MAC Honey Love or Myth. Yeah, that is definitely a lot better. I think we're definitely closer to what she had there. Eyes not looking exact, but our eyes are completely different shapes. But I'm kind of liking how it's looking so far. But I'm gonna go and see what I can do with my hair, and then I will be back. Okay, hair is done. I tried to go for what I think is the style that she had in the photo. It looks like she had like a little ponytail on the top of her head, and everything else was like down and wavy. I definitely need to cut these like face framing pieces a bit more, because this is just too long. I think it needs to be swooping my cheekbone a bit, so a bit more like that. I think that would look better. At the minute it's just too long. It's too long and it's dragging my face down, I feel. But I'm liking the way this has turned out so far. Oh, and I think to finish off the lip, it's just a matter of which one. Do I go for Crystal Baller, or do I go for the potential Fenty dupe? Because I still want to keep it quite light. I feel like this one is going to be better. I'm going to go in a crystal baller first just to see what that's like, because I want to keep this lip lighter, and I think this one will help me do that. Yeah, now to me this is giving like very 2000s with like a 2016 twist, because it's a very bold eye, but then we've got like the frosted lip, which apparently stuff like this is making a comeback. We shall see. I'm not sure how I feel about frosted lipstick, but like the glittery lip glosses are definitely a winner for me. That pretty much wraps it up. It's 2024. She's been tough. She's definitely been tough. There were some incredible lows, but some goods come out of it as well. Like, my relationships are in a really good place. I feel like I'm in a much better headspace. I've started making content again. I've got back into doing makeup again. And it's almost like, it's like riding a bike. It's not something you ever forget. I'm definitely nowhere near as good as I used to be. However, considering how out of practice I've been, I don't think I've done too bad. And this is definitely a contender for New Year's Eve, because the dress I've got, well, I've got two choices. I've got a choice of that black one from Mercy that I've showed you before with all like the embellishments on it, or there was another one from Mercy that's same sort of shape, and it's like a really deep plummy burgundy velvet, and then has like a satin like fold over piece, and it looks so cute. But that kind of does it for now, because I've got to edit this video. I need to upload it. I also need to start filming another video in preparation for tomorrow, because some of our plans have changed. We're actually needing to leave for Wales earlier. So I got to get my shit together, because we're going out tomorrow night, and I'll need to edit and upload tomorrow's video ready for the evening in the morning. I'm off to pack. Hope you've enjoyed. Let me know what your kind of manifestations or your goals are for 2025. And then that way we can all come back to this video in a year's time and see whether any of that played out. I think that would be a really good idea. But for now, I'm going to love you, leave you, and see you in tomorrow's video. Bye.